came in, it sounded like you were having a little bit of a bad dream. Yeah, shh, it's okay. Like some water? Yeah? Of course. Here you go. Have a little sip. It's okay. Alright. Oh dear. Nightmares, bad dreams. They are just the worst. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I remember, especially when I was younger, getting many, many bad dreams. I think sometimes they can just stem from our everyday sort of anxieties, can't they? Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay. Of course I'll stay with you. Absolutely, I'm going to stay right here with you until you fall back asleep. How does that sound? Perfect, perfect. Oh, bless you. I tell you what, where has he gone? Oh, yes. I'm going to give you Marvin, okay? As you know, I love Marvin, the little heart cushion here. And whenever I get a little bit scared or I feel a little bit sad or anything like that, I give Marvin a nice big squeeze and I feel so much better. So I tell you what, Marvin is going to look after you tonight, okay? And I'll give him to you. There you go. And give him a nice big squeeze for me. Feels good, doesn't it? Yeah, he's so soft and squishy. Yeah, like feel his sort of soft. I was gonna say feel his soft skin. Feel his soft fur. Soft, soft, soft. Ah, dear. Well, why don't you tell me about your day, and maybe we can try and figure out why you've woken up in the middle of the night. I just popped a little candle on just because I think sometimes that can be quite soothing before you head back to sleep. Yeah. So you tell me all about it, okay? Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you had a very busy day. Now, busy days can be so much fun because you're racing around, keeping busy, taking things off your list. But at the same time, it's quite normal for them to feel quite stressful. But the good news is that when it comes to sleep, this is your special time. This is your time to just not focus on anything from the day. It's like your little sanctuary. Yeah. So, what I like to do if I'm feeling a little bit stressed before bedtime is I like to focus on some things that make me feel happy throughout the day, or even maybe throughout the week. And I also like to think about my favourite things, so things that just make me smile. So why don't you have a little think, just a little tiny think about some of those things, okay? We don't want our mind working too hard, just have a little think. I'm going to think of some things too. Do you mind if I have a sip of your water? Is that okay? Thank you. Just got a little bit of a tickly throat. Have a little sip. It's good, isn't it? It's good when you start to think about your week. Yeah, all the little things that maybe you wouldn't normally think about. You've thought of some things? Yeah? Okay, I tell you what. Let's take it in turns. Okay, you go first. Oh, that is the best. I think little random acts of kindness is just so appreciated. Absolutely. I think sometimes just people maybe don't fully think about how much a small action like a smile or asking how someone is can really make someone's day. Yeah, that's a great one. In fact, mine was quite similar actually. Yes, although mine involved being given a free chocolate brownie. Absolutely free. Yeah, it was very exciting, from the little cafe. It was very nice, very nice. Okay, you think of another one. That is lovely. Yeah. Oh, I love that. You know, sometimes when we find ourselves a little bit bogged down with things, it's a really good idea to focus on things that are upcoming as well that you're excited about. Yeah, that's a great one. Well, I guess if we're thinking of things we're excited about, I'm very excited for spring. I think spring is just such a lovely month. You get to see all the little spring flowers come up. Of course, you have Easter, the best time. Lots and lots of chocolate. And yeah, it's just lovely, really lovely. The weather starts to warm up. It's a nice time. Yeah. Okay, you think of another good thing. That is so lovely. Oh, that must have felt so good. Yeah, it's so nice, isn't it, when you get a sort of recognition. Yeah, really nice. I think many of us go without that because, you know, unlike kids, you're not necessarily rewarded as much or praised as much on a daily basis. So that's so lovely that you got that. Yeah, I love that. Oh, let me think of one last one. Oh, I know. I helped a lady across the road with her shopping bags, and she was so grateful. She offered to go into the shop and buy me a pastry. I've noticed that all mine seem to revolve around food. But anyway, yeah, that was really sweet. No, I told her I was fine. Yeah, I was being good. Yeah. You see, when you start to focus on happy, good thoughts, it really helps when you've had a bad dream. I think it sort of A, brings you back to reality, and B, just starts to make you feel better. How did the bad dream make you feel? Yeah. Can you sort of remember it quite well, or just bits of it? Okay. Yeah. Well, there's nothing I would say that specifically ties in with your day. However, I would just say it's more of an anxiety dream. But there's no need to feel anxious. No, it's okay. It's okay. You are in good hands, I promise. Yes, no need to worry. And you've been doing so well lately. Yeah, just from hearing about your day, it sounds like you are accomplishing things, you are taking things off your list, you're being productive, and that is wonderful. Don't be silly, you deserve a little bit of praise. Yeah. And by the way, if you'd like to close your eyes, please do. Are you sure? Okay. Or can I tell you a story? Or well, we haven't got any storybooks, but I guess I could do my best at trying to make one up. Yeah, okay. I mean, it may be quite random. Alright, let's see. Okay. There once was a sloth named Nigel. Nigel lived in the rainforest, and Nigel was troubled, much like you, by bad dreams. And this meant that Nigel wasn't completing his daily tasks, and everyone else in the rainforest was getting very annoyed at Nigel. And this meant that Nigel kept having bad dreams because he felt so anxious. This went on for quite a while. Then Sydney the snake came over to Nigel, twisting his way along a large tree, and decided to ask what was wrong with this little sad sloth. Nigel told Sydney of his troubles, his bad dreams, and that because he wasn't getting any sleep, he was stuck in this cycle, and it had started to affect his mood. He was feeling very sad and low, and just wanted a good, happy night sleep. Sydney the snake listened and then replied, Nigel, what have you been doing during the day to make yourself feel good and happy? And Nigel replied, nothing. He'd been simply too stressed to even think about anything else. He explained to Sydney how he'd even been missing doing his work tasks, and how everyone in the rainforest seemed most annoyed. Tilly the toucan then decided to fly on over. Tilly was a little bit of a know-it-all. She was always going off on one, and she was a little bit of a gossip, to be honest. Nevertheless, she came on over with good intentions and decided to see what all the commotion was about. Nigel the sloth then began to relay about his bad dreams and anxieties, and Tilly the toucan replied, but what have you been doing? In everyone's eyes, you've been very lazy lately. I don't think bad dreams are an excuse. Nigel at this type of reply felt again most sad. It seemed like Tilly hadn't listened or understood at all, which, to be honest, is something that Tilly would definitely do. Sydney hissed at Tilly until she flew away. We don't need that kind of attitude, do we, Nigel? Said Sydney the snake. Why don't we go and explore some things that will make you feel happy and good? Nigel wasn't exactly sure hanging out with Sydney Snake was the type of thing he fancied doing today, but he thought it may be worth a try. So they slithered down the tree, Nigel rather more slowly than Sydney, until they reached the rainforest floor. This isn't a normal place for Nigel the sloth. You see, he preferred to be up in the trees, enjoying himself, just hanging out. Nevertheless, he thought anything was worth a try. As they sort of meandered along the rainforest floor, Sydney decided to ask Nigel what were some of the things that used to make him really, really happy. And Nigel began to ponder. He closed his eyes and listened to all of the lovely rainforest sounds around him. Well, I did used to like foraging for food. I guess that's part of my rainforest work task as well, but because I've been so tired lately, I haven't been able to do it properly. But I used to be rather good at it. And, may I add, I'm not a bad cook either. Sydney then looked at Nigel and said, well, that's the first thing that we'll be doing together. I may not have any hands, but I can definitely slither about and seek out some good food for us to find. So together they carried on through the rainforest and began to find the most incredible food to bring back for everyone. Nigel was already cooking up some wonderful ideas in his head. Thinking of all the dishes he'd done in the past, perhaps he'd do an event meal. Very, very exciting. As they carried on doing this, Nigel stopped for a moment and looked around and realised this was making him really happy. He wasn't thinking about anxiety. He was keeping himself busy and doing something he enjoyed, and spending time with someone else. He was starting to feel pretty good. They took all their food findings back up the tree and began to plan for the meal. Sydney suggested we get everyone over for the big meal, and Nigel, whilst nervous, thought this may be a good way to bring everyone back together and also apologise for being a little bit slow on his duties lately. Then Sydney stopped Nigel and asked, hold on a second. I don't think we should start cooking just yet. Why don't we think of some more things that make you happy? And whilst Nigel knew they had plenty of time to cook, he still felt a little bit anxious about having enough time for everything. Nevertheless, he closed his eyes again and thought about something that used to make him really happy. Nigel pondered. Well, I guess something I used to really enjoy was going down to the stream. A nice cool little dip in the stream. Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, my favourite thing is when it would rain, obviously, being in the rainforest. One of the best things, very refreshing. But a little dip in the stream, that's something I haven't done in a long time, he told Sydney. So with that, him and Sydney slithered back down the tree towards the stream, again taking in all the rainforest sounds and the beauty of the forest as they went. Then they got down to the stream to notice that a lot of other creatures of the rainforest were also gathering. What a nice time. Nigel looked a little bit nervously at Sydney and didn't really feel like being too social. Sometimes when you feel so stressed, you don't really feel like being social, do you? But Sydney encouraged Nigel to say hello to everyone, and before they knew it, they were all laughing and giggling and having the best time. Nigel laid back in the stream and almost let the very gentle current just move him side to side. He felt almost weightless, and this brought back many, many happy memories. What a nice, nice thing to do. But Nigel couldn't help but think that really they should be getting back to prepare this meal. Anyway, with that, he pulled Sydney to one side and said, "Come on, we better get back." But Sydney had one last thing to do. "We've had such a good day, Nigel, haven't we?" "Well, yes, we have, Sydney. Thank you for helping me, but I'm a little bit stressed about cooking this meal. If only I had Mum to help me, but I haven't been back home for a while. I feel bad about that, to be honest. I don't expect you to help me." "Nigel, don't be so silly. You're always going to be her little boy. Come on, whereabouts is she in this rainforest?" "Well, she's not too far from here, probably about an 8-swing tree to the left from where we are." "Well, come on then, what are we waiting for?" And with that, they got swinging, albeit rather slowly on Nigel's part, and then finally arrived at his mum's place. Knock, knock, knock. "Mum," Nigel called. "It's me." "Nigel? Oh, it's been so long. Where on earth have you been?" "Well, Mum," replied Nigel, "I've been, to be honest with you, a little bit stressed. I've been having bad dreams, and I've been letting people down on all my tasks that I've had to do. And to say sorry, I decided to cook everyone a big meal tonight. But, to be honest with you, I could really do with your help. And I know maybe I don't deserve it. I haven't really been over a lot lately, or asked how you are. I've just been so caught up in everything. But it doesn't mean that I don't love you and appreciate you." "Oh, Nigel, don't be silly. Of course I will help you. No matter how often I hear from you or see you, I'll always be your mum." So, with that, Mum, Nigel, and Sydney the snake all swung back to Nigel's place to get cooking. A few hours later, the meal was prepared, and everyone gathered to enjoy it. Nigel decided he should probably say a few words before they tucked in. "Everyone, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'd like to thank Mum and Sydney for helping me put together this meal for you. I'm so sorry how I've been lately. I've been feeling very stressed, to be honest. And I know a lot of us don't talk about our feelings, but I've learnt today that maybe it's quite good to. And talking to others and doing the things we enjoy can start to make us feel better. And I promise I'm going to try harder, and hopefully I can get a good night's sleep, and I'll be ready to help all of you like normal from tomorrow." With that, everyone sitting round looked rather confused, and at this Nigel was rather puzzled. Oh no, have I said something wrong? Oh goodness. The stress started to build up with Nigel already. What had he said that people were confused about? Then Lenny the lemur piped up. Nigel, we're all so confused. We're so sorry that you've been feeling like that. If only you'd have told us, we wouldn't have gotten a bit irritated when you hadn't done your jobs. We're so sorry you've been feeling a bit low. Why didn't you tell us? And with that, Nigel was rather taken aback. If only he'd have shared how he'd been feeling, maybe he could have felt better a long time ago. Well, you know now, Nigel replied, and I hope I'm going to start feeling better much soon. But your support means a lot. Anyway, let's tuck in, everyone. I really hope you enjoy. So everyone decided to start tucking in. And then, all of a sudden, it was morning. Nigel looked around, very confused. He was laying rather comfortably on this lovely, lovely branch, and had had the best dreams he'd had in a long, long time. What on earth had happened? One moment he'd been at this lovely dinner party, and the next he was waking up in bed. What had gone on? A couple of minutes later, just as Nigel adjusted his eyes, he could see Sydney the snake just slithering up the tree. Sydney! What happened? Nigel. Shortly after everyone started to eat, you closed your eyes and drifted to sleep. But not to worry, it made all of us giggle, and we didn't like to wake you. I can't believe it. I had the best night's sleep I've had in so long. Nigel, that makes us all so happy. And you have the day off today. No jungle duties for you, promise. Oh, no, I feel good. I want to get to work. No, days of self-care are very, very important. And we all love the meal, and we can't wait to do it again soon. But this time Lenny the lemur has actually offered to cook, so you've got an official invite. That is the best. Thank you so much, Sydney. You got me out of my little bad rut dream state, and I'm feeling much, much better. Now, if we're talking a day of self-care, I guess that means maybe I can go back to sleep. Of course you can, Nigel. I'll see you very soon. And with that, Nigel the sloth drifted into another very good sleep, and Sydney the snake slithered away satisfied, knowing that he'd helped someone to feel better, and that is a pretty good feeling. Well, I can see you are very, very sleepy now. Yeah, I'm so pleased you enjoyed. Sometimes hearing a good story can just make us feel good, can't it? Yeah. Oddly, that was off the top of my head. Yes. Anyway, I'm going to leave you now so you close your eyes. No, I'll stay here until you drift off. But you close your eyes now. Good. You're all safe. snuff